Hi everyone, I'm Willem and I'll be walking you through the setup of our latest NLP paper on the mathematical aspects of byte-pair encoding. First of all, what is even BPE? At first it was proposed as a compression algorithm, but it was later repurposed in NLP for tokenization. Specifically, it is an unsupervised way by which we can tokenize text. That means splitting it into smaller chunks. It is omnipresent in modern NLP, and variants of it are used by large language models, machine translation, or information retrieval systems. It works in an iterative manner. And let's go through an example. We start by representing the input text as a sequence of separate characters. Then we look at which pair occurs the most frequently, which turns out to be P and I. And then we say that this is now a new token, and we treat P and I as a single token from now on. Then we repeat the process. The next most frequent pair is C and K, which we turn into one token. In the next one, we merge PI and CK, then E and D. Finally, we create PICKL, which occurs twice. Note that we can represent this whole merge process as a sequence of merge operations. The iterative algorithm can be written in less than 20 lines of Python code, and that's how it is usually presented. However, there is actually an underlying mathematical optimization problem that the greedy BPE is approximating. And since the iterative BPE is well greedy, we can ask the question if there exist other merge sequences that are better than the one found by the iterative version. To answer this, we must first define what it means for a merge sequence to be better than another one, and we do that through the lenses of compression. Let's consider the following input sequence, composed of A's, B's, C's, and D's, and two merged sequences of the same length. Which one is the best one? The first one seems to be more efficient in a sense because the resulting tokens occur more frequently, such as AA. From a formal perspective, we can compute the length of the resulting text sequence once we apply the merges. And it turns out, the first one results in a shorter sequence, which is a good thing. For practical reasons, we reverse this and compute the utility of the merge sequence as how many symbols it saves us. In the first case, it's 10 as opposed to the second case, which is just 4. Now, if you compare two particular merge sequences, one that comes from greedy BPE and one that's best possible one given length constraint, we are able in the paper to prove that the greedy merge sequence is not arbitrarily bad, but only at most roughly 3 times as the optimal merge sequence. You can walk through this example to understand how it can happen that greedy BPE produces a suboptimal merge sequence. The main contribution is the just discussed bound of greedy BPE utility, but the formalization itself is also very important because it helps us understand what's actually going on in the optimization problem. Apart from that, we also discuss various algorithms for the greedy BPE and also provide an algorithm to find the optimal BPE merge sequence. Thanks for listening and let me know if you have any questions. Also take a look at our other paper which provides a more general perspective on what makes good tokenization.